Before you buy anything today, ask yourself this. Have you already paid your future self? Because if you haven't, you're not just spending, you're bleeding your financial future dry. This episode is not a suggestion. It's a wake-up call. Today, we uncover the brutal truth behind your daily financial decisions and how banks, credit, and poor planning are slowly stealing your wealth. And if you don't listen through to the end, you may lose more than just money. Let's start simple. John, why is it so dangerous to buy something if you haven't set aside an equal amount in savings first?
Because if you don't, you're training your brain to expect reward without responsibility. Every dollar you spend without saving builds a habit that compounds into debt. Here's a challenge to everyone listening right now. Before you buy that new phone, jacket, vacation, match the cost in your emergency fund. If you can't afford it. That rule alone could have saved thousands from going broke in 2024. And if you're thinking I'll save later, that's what most bankrupt people once said too.
Drop a comment below right now. What's the last thing you bought without matching it in savings? People always say, I'll save when I earn more. But that future never comes. Why?
Because we confuse income with discipline. Let me ask you something personal, listener. If you got a $1,000 raise tomorrow, would you actually save it? Or just upgrade your lifestyle again? Time is the one asset that's always depleting. Every day you wait to save, you're losing the most powerful tool in finance. Compound interest. Not just the magic of wealth growth, but the compounding effect of financial stress when you don't prepare.
Explain compound interest like I'm 12, but also tell me how it quietly destroys people.
Sure. Compound interest is money earning money. You save $1,000. It earns 10%. That's $1,100. Next year, that $1,100 earns 10%. It's a snowball. But here's the horror version. Debt works the same way in reverse. That $5,000 credit card bill you ignore for now? It doubles fast. Not because you spent more, but because the interest compounds. Banks know you'll keep paying the minimum. That's how they make billions, by betting you don't understand math. And while they earn compounding profits, you compound your poverty.
Everyone blames inflation, but let's talk real. Who profits when people buy in panic?
Banks and credit card companies. Because panic makes you forget strategy. You buy before you're ready. You borrow before you think. That new couch you financed? The interest made the bank more money than the furniture store. You're not shopping anymore, you're being harvested.
Harsh question, John. But do you think most people are financially disciplined at all?
No, not because they're lazy, but because the system trains them to think emotionally, not strategically. Here's the painful truth. You're being targeted. Every ad, every buy now, pay later button is a calculated move to bankrupt your discipline. So here's your new rule. Every purchase must pass the 3-day test. If you still need it after 3 days and you can match it in savings, then okay. But until then, treat that urge like a financial scam. Because often, it is.
John, give us something brutally honest. What happens when you don't have a reserve fund?
You turn every minor inconvenience into a major crisis. Your tire pops? Emergency. Your dog gets sick? Emergency. You get laid off? Collapse. A reserve fund isn't just about peace of mind. It's a rebellion against dependence. It's how you take power back from the banks, from debt, from panic. It says, I'm not for sale. I'm prepared. And in 2025, that mindset is more critical than ever.
People want hacks, but you always say budgeting is like training. What do you mean?
Discipline is a muscle. You don't get rich by doing something once. You get rich by doing it repeatedly. No budget app will save you if you're not showing up every week. No savings goal will work if you don't treat it like a non-negotiable. You want financial freedom? Get boring. Get consistent. Get powerful. Because wealth isn't an event. It's a ritual.
All right, John. Someone's been listening this whole time, nodding along. What's the one thing they must do today?
Match one small purchase in savings. Today, you spend $30 on takeout? Match it. Buy a hoodie? Match it. It'll feel weird. That's the point. You're training your mind to stop bleeding money. And in a year, you won't believe how far you've come.
If this episode lit a fire under you, don't let burn out. Subscribe, because next week, we tackle something even more dangerous. The subscription trap. How you're paying for a life you don't even use. See you there. And remember, If you don't build your budget with intention, you're building someone else's profit.